Rap video. W-R-A-P, not R-A-P as in push it. So we are almost to the point where I get to pick the car up. I actually just went today to get some B-roll, and we got B-roll, finally. If you guys have been watching the last couple of videos, there has been before and after, minus the exhaust where, you know, we did a comparison. But there has not been really all that much B-roll. So, fortunately, we got some. Unfortunately, there are time constraints, right? I have class. I'm actually in one right now. But I have class, and the guy doing the wrap has other things going on. It's like, our schedules are not really, you know, blending very well. So we did get two sections. One is a back portion on the trunk. The other is a rocker panel. But it is interesting. You get to see some cool stuff. And I do walk around the car and kind of show how much disassembly they did for prep to make sure that he could get really good coverage on the wrap. Which, given how much I'm paying and how much I hear other people are paying in other states, I'm mind blown by how much got taken off the car, how much he is doing, and how good it is turning out. So I'm very, very happy. Another very cool thing before we get into this is that as of right now, I am the only person in the state of Indiana with this color. As far as Tim, the installer, knows. He is in Facebook groups and forums, and he is like, yeah, I haven't heard anybody actually using this color. I know I haven't used it. So it's kind of nice. It means there's a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit different than the norm in the sense of the general color is widely used, but this particular shade is not. So kind of like the old Mississippi mud flap, something a little different, right? I mean, the mullet is actually pretty common now, isn't it? So I guess that's not as much of a flex as the wrap color, but that is super dope. So we're going to jump into the B-roll. You are going to get to see him installing some of these areas. Then you're going to get to see some of the disassembled area. Right after that, before I do the reveal of how the car looks finished, I am actually going to show you the renderings that kind of set this whole thing in motion. So there is a guy by the name of Kelly who was on Crown Rally. I made a Facebook post saying, yeah, I'm thinking about doing this color or doing camo. He did renderings of both on Forza, and camo would have been dope. I was going to do woodland, so it would have been, you know, green, black, and brown. I think it would have looked really cool, but I realized I probably wouldn't like it as much 2-3 months after I got it done as this color would. This color is just gonna, you know, it's one of those timeless colors. So you will get to see the renderings, then you'll see the finished product. Then I will be right back, and we will summarize this whole thing, right? So we will talk about my impression of everything after seeing it finished, and also just go over kind of some things when it comes to getting wraps done, because as I mentioned, the price I am paying versus what I'm hearing is crazy. So we'll get into that. Anyways, I gotta get back to class, so enjoy the B-roll, mother truckers.
phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down, I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be speaking this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
I am filming this at night. The B-roll and the summary actually got filmed during the day. I realized while I was editing all that it looked a little washed out. I actually kind of liked that because it hid how gross my driveway looks. Also hid my neighbors' houses. So call it, director's choice, but we left that in. My first time pretty much doing a larger montage of B-roll. So, give me a little break. If you didn't enjoy it, we'll get better. It's just gonna take some time. The color of the car is KPMF Ominious Grey. So as I mentioned earlier, we are pretty sure that there is not another car in the state of Indiana with this color. I am positive there's not another 3rd Gen CTS-V in this color. However, since being told that about a week ago, I scoured the internet looking for other CTS-Vs, at least 3rd Gens, wrapped with KPMF Ominious Grey. I have not came across one. So I am 90 to 95% certain that I am the only 3rd Gen CTS-V owner with this color. So, in the country. So that's pretty dope. But we'll do a quick walk around, kind of show you guys, what it looks like when it's not so washed out. So, definitely a little bit different looking at night. So, we wrapped the splitter. We wrapped the air intake. We wrapped the painted grill surround that I bought. We wrapped these vents, wrapped the roof in the shark fin, wrapped the mirror. We also re-wrapped this window trim. So a different company had wrapped the window trim. They used a different manufacturer's black than Tim used on everything else. So in order to keep it looking the same, we decided to redo that. Wrap the spoiler, wrap that rear applique, and the car looks really good. One cool thing, I didn't know he was going to do it, but I'm more than happy that he did. So, we put his brand kind of, in the gas tank lid, and I think it looks pretty cool. I am more than happy to represent his brand on the car. So yeah, it looks really good, and still have to do the ceramic coat. We just got to give it some time to cure. That way, I don't know what the curing process for vinyl is, but I need to leave it in the sun. That's supposed to help with some of the install scratches, because no matter what, stuff happens. So that will help that. But I think there's maybe gases that need to be released or something, I don't know. But Tim just said, hey, wait like a week or two before you do the coating. So anyways, I'm gonna sit down and kind of summarize everything, go over the process, talk about what I thought of it, and also go over that financial stuff that I talked about, the pricing. So I will be right back. Okay, so to summarize this video and wrap it up, no pun intended, bad dad joke, I wanted to just go over everything, right? I mentioned the pricing thing. I want to talk about that a little bit, but I also want to bring up the process. So this took a while. It was not an overnight or 2-day or 3-day thing. It took a while, and I was okay with that. You know, Tim, the installer, has contracts with businesses. So, you know, it could be a fleet of trucks, could be doing signage at a hospital or a business like that. That is his bread and butter. That is a constant source of revenue. He needs to prioritize them over somebody that might only get their car wrapped once, or, you know, once every 2 years or 3 years or something. And obviously he needs to make sure that the businesses that are constantly giving him money and constantly giving him more work are happy. So I didn't have an issue with the time frame. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but you know, it wasn't a month, it wasn't 3 weeks, but it took some time, and I was fine with it. And I almost think that was a benefit, because I don't think he got bored doing this. Meaning, if you stare at the same thing day in, day out, you might get bored with it, you might rush it to get it done. So I think by jumping around, if he did that, that's almost a benefit to me. So, you know, again, the process, it takes a while. And if you get somebody that says, hey, we can get this done in 2 days, maybe they're not going to give you the best quality, because there's a lot of disassembly to do. Then you have to do the reassembly on top of doing all the wrapping, like, you know, application of the wrap. So having somebody that's going to turn and burn quick may not be the best person to take it to. So I'm more than happy with it. And, you know, I'm going to put Tim's information in the description below so you guys can check him out. And the reason I also wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that information is, if you were at least in the immediate area, you know, Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Michigan, well, southern Michigan, it might be worth actually driving your car to Indianapolis and flying home or getting home some way. Because I heard numbers, somebody in Detroit who was a fellow CTS-V owner said, like, oh, a wrap up here is like $5 to $7 grand. I heard people in Illinois tell me pretty extreme numbers. Obviously, East Coast, West Coast, the numbers were extremely high too. But I paid right around $3,000, including disassembly and reassembly. So I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, but it was very close to there. And, you know, that if you're at 5,000 in Detroit and you can get down here and be around 3,000 bucks, and you pay for a plane ticket back to Detroit, which is maybe like 120 bucks or 200 bucks or whatever, you know, you're saving yourself possibly $1,800. So something to kind of think about, right? I mean, I'm not cheap by any means, but if you can save money and get quality work, why would you not do that? So it was just insane to kind of hear, you know, these prices, and then disassembly wasn't even included in the pricing for the wrap. So again, that made me very happy, but that wasn't the main reason I'm sharing this. I'm just sharing this in the sense of, hey, look outside the box, right? So maybe it's a drive and a flight home, but you can save $1,800, $2,000, $3,000. Might be worth driving your car to Indianapolis, Indiana, and taking it to Rapcision and having Tim do the work. So I am stoked. Again, I think I mentioned ceramic coat is not on here yet. We are going to kind of put the car in the sun, have it help cure the vinyl a little bit, get some of those little finer scratches will kind of, you know, disappear with heat, and then the ceramic coat happens and we're done. So we get to enjoy the car. It's finally spring. It is finally driving weather. It's a little chilly today, but it is supposed to get back into this, you know, high 60s, 70s, and I am ready to take this thing out. It turned some heads already on the drive home, and the funny thing about the drive home, I'm just going to tell you this before I end this video because I'm dying laughing. I was actually talking to Tim. He gave me the wrong number for payment. So he was short, and he was short by 200 bucks. And I said, well, you're forgetting about the 200 that we agreed on for doing the certain thing that he did. And he goes, oh yeah. And I was like, so here's 1,700 because I'd already put money down. And, you know, it's like, man, thank you. He's like, not a lot of people are honest like that. And I go, well, you gotta be that way. I mean, that's the way I am. I like karma on my side. So we have this conversation about karma. I'm driving home. He had put a license plate on with Rapcision, just to take my license plate off, not have it be in pictures he posts. And we forgot to take that off. And I drove home with no license plate on the car. And I actually had a cop follow me for about half a mile. He didn't pull me over. So karma was on my side. So kind of hilarious. Anyways, we're going to see you guys on the next one. So enjoy it. And I hope you guys kind of loved this video and enjoyed the outcome like I did. So peace.
At any time, and it's just a lot of computer stuff, so I'm in computers all day. But Canvas I don't spend enough time in to be super good with, oh, how do I do that? I can do the basic things, but it's work. So imagine at Lowe's if I've got to change everything. You've got employees that are not going to be comfortable with change.